Hello everyone and welcome to Growing with the Gold. I'm Michael Beck. We're moving inside for the winter, starting to focus on all our houseplants. We're going to go through a series where we check on all the houseplants I have here at my house and start bringing in some other species, exploring their care, exploring what Royal Gold products work best for each houseplant. Today we're going to focus on the Monstera deliciosa. It's not delicious unless those fruits are absolutely ripe. All the leaves, stems, and unripe fruit are poisonous, so while it implies that it's delicious, it's only delicious in the jungle if that fruit is absolutely ripe. They generally won't come to fruition inside in your house. But this is a plant I've had for a long time. It's growing in Royal Gold King's Mix. These Monstera really like about a 3-2-1, a little bit of a nitrogen heavy. We're gonna go today with the Crown Jewels 3-2-2. We're gonna give it a quick top dress feed, add a little bit of King's Mix on top to get it some nice fresh soil to help support these aerial roots as they kind of reach down from the sides of the plant and come down to the pot and try and root in. So today we're gonna give it a quick snack and we're gonna give it a quick top dress of King's Mix and send it on its merry way into spring. As these days start to get longer, the growth starts to accelerate, we want it to have the food it needs. So one cool thing about these Monsteras is it's actually a climbing vine, and they'll get up to 60, 80 feet tall in the jungle where they're from. They want to climb. When they're really tiny, they'll actually seek out the shade to find something to root their aerial roots on to start climbing. So they seek that shade to find a big trunk in the jungle, and then they'll start climbing and the leaves will search out light. So it's a really unique plant in that way. They almost always need support because it's a vine. It's not growing on a tree. If you don't have a moss pole or some sort of stake for it to anchor to, you need some support. We have ours supported in the corner here, so we'll be careful. We're gonna pull this out so we can access it to get the fertilizer on a little better. So it's really exciting. This plant was getting tall and unruly. We cut it back about 6 months ago. I've got a new growth shoot here coming out of the bottom. We've got a new growth shoot here coming out of the top. And just now, we just discovered another tiny little growth shoot hiding out right underneath here. We'll get you a better video. So being early spring, I'm gonna give this a little bit of a lighter feed to kind of get it into those longer days when we get into March and April and things really start taking off. I'll give it another quick snack, a little bit stronger to get through those summer months. So one rule of thumb I have just to make it easy, I'll give it about a teaspoon a gallon for a light feed, more like a tablespoon for a heavy feed. This is about a 3-gallon pot, so we're gonna give it 3 heaping teaspoons and then just kind of mash it right into the soil before we top it with some fresh soil so it gets in there and releases evenly. Some plants would be extremely sensitive to this root disturbance. Just know your plant, do a little bit of reading, take 10 minutes online while you have a snack before you give your plants one. It'll pay dividends. There you have it. You can't really see the fertilizer sitting on top of the soil anymore. Then we're gonna top it with this King's Mix for 2 reasons. One, to kind of trap it in. It'll help keep any organic smells down. It'll also help keep my pesky dogs from getting in there and trying to snack on it. So today's golden insight, make sure to top dress your plants with a little bit of fresh soil when you see they're starting to get some extra room. It's gonna add organic matter for the microbes to feed on. It's gonna help trap your fertilizer in and allow that moisture to dissipate nice and evenly through the top layer as it feeds into your root system. Thanks for joining us on another Golden Insights. For this step, I'm using King's Mix. You can use any soil you have on hand. Of course, I'm always gonna recommend Royal Gold, especially if you can keep using whatever soil you're currently in when you top dress. It's just gonna give the plant a little more balanced approach. It's gonna know what it's expecting. Just gonna gently tuck it in amongst all these crazy roots. Don't worry about getting your soil too pressed in evenly. As you add the water and kind of trickle it in, that'll help carry it down, make a nice even layer of the soil on top. Last quick reminder to all you plant dads out there, don't forget to clean up your mess. All right, we've got our soil in. We're gonna replace our smoky quartz crystal here to give the plant some extra energy. Give it a quick drink of water, and voila, your Monstera is ready for a fast-growing, robust spring, kicking out these beautiful Swiss cheese leaves. Thanks for joining us on another Growing with the Gold.